Hey guys, and welcome to Best of 2020. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the best products that I tried in 2020. I also have a few old products here that I couldn't put down. So I have included those as well. And I'm going to organize this video by category. So I'm going to start with foundations, powders, lipsticks, etc. And I have a few products per category, and I tried to narrow the products down as much as I can to really show you the best of the best and the products that are absolutely worth the splurge, worth the investment, and the products that I used the most this year. So let's go ahead and get started. So this year I tried a lot of products. I tried as many products as I could, and some of them I even didn't have time to show you on this channel. And I tried as many products as my budget allows, because I buy all of my makeup, and unfortunately I can't afford to try and buy everything. So I really appreciate your support when you shop through my affiliate links, because it helps me to cover some of the expenses that I have for my channel, and also allows me to buy more products to review for you, which eventually I hope saves you some money to not buy products that are not the best quality. So let's go ahead and get started with the first category. Now I wanted to start with foundation, but I didn't have a new discovery in 2020, and the foundation that I've been using the most, and actually the complexion product that I've been using the most in 2020, is my beloved Chanel Eau de Teint, which, as you can see, is now empty, and I'm going to have to repurchase it, but I'm still holding off because I purchased a lot of products recently. So this is my most used product of 2020 in terms of complexion. I tried a few other foundations in 2020, but I cannot put them into this video. They don't deserve to be like in my best of 2020 video. So this is for complexion. I only have this product. Next, moving on to powders. So I have tried so many powders in 2020. I feel like this was the year when I tried way too many powders, like loose powders, compact powders, but I only have two, and these are my absolute favorites, the ones that deserve to be in this video. You all know about my favorite Givenchy Prisme Libre, and this is like all-time favorite, my most repurchased powder, and this one is suitable for those of you who are struggling with dilated pores, or if you have normal to combination skin, oily skin, this is a great powder. And then the other powder is suitable for those of you who have dry, dehydrated skin, mature skin. I think this is an excellent powder. It's weightless, it's so light, and it doesn't look like powder. It doesn't make the skin dry, and it's completely invisible. This is the Sisley Phyto powder. I absolutely love this powder, but these two are absolutely gorgeous and they are my favorites. But this one is for those of you who are struggling with oily skin, or more like combination skin or dilated pores, and this one is for those of you who are struggling with dry skin, dehydrated skin. Excellent powder. So these two are my favorites. Next, I have concealers, and the two concealers that I've been using the most in 2020 is my favorite Chanel concealer, and the other one is a new discovery for 2020. Like the Chanel concealer, I have been repurchasing it for years, and it's very light. It is a great concealer. You can use it all over your face. And the new discovery for 2020 is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. So often I use only a few dots of this concealer all around my face, and I will skip foundation. It's a very good concealer, it's weightless, and I'm not going to be talking too long about the products that I'm showing you in this video, because these are products that I have been showing a lot on this channel in 2020. So you already know them, and for a lot of them I have a full review. I have, by the way, a comparison video of these two powders. So in case you want to check that out, I'm going to have a link in the description box. So about the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, it is not a full coverage concealer, but it has the right amount of coverage. It doesn't feel drying, it has luminous finish, and it's basically like the Luminous Silk foundation, but with a little bit more coverage, obviously, because it's a concealer. It is absolutely gorgeous product, and this is my second bottle of this concealer. Next, moving on to bronzer, and for bronzers, these are both new discoveries of 2020. These are bronzers that I found this year, and one of them is the powder bronzer by Sisley, which I have been showing a lot recently. I love this bronzer. It looks very beautiful and it's a luminous bronzer. And I have been showing this bronzer a lot recently in a lot of my videos. I think that it's suitable for all skin tones, except if you are like, if you have more deeper skin tone, but it's a very beautiful luminous bronzer that I absolutely love. It gives that glow to the face that no other bronzer gives me, and that's why I love it. The next bronzer is the Liquid Gel Bronzer by Chantecaille, and this bronzer, I have a video dedicated to this bronzer. It looks so pretty and so beautiful. I think this product is suitable for all skin tones. It looks quite dark, and I have been mentioning this bronzer so many times. It smells like roses. And so it looks quite dark at first. It looks quite dark for pale skin like me, but once you blend it, I assure you that it looks completely natural. I did apply too much, but if you have deeper skin tone, more rich skin tone, I think that you can even skip foundation and use only this bronzer all over your face. Also, I only need the tiniest amount. I have a feeling that this tube is going to last me for ages. I'm not even going to be able to go through this tube. And also, if you have a foundation that is lighter shade, you can mix this in with your foundation to make the shade of the foundation darker and not buy a darker shade foundation specifically for the summer. It is a beautiful, beautiful product. Next, moving on to blushes, and I'm very surprised because I usually mostly use Chanel blushes and they are my favorites. But in this video, I'm going to mention two blushes from Chantecaille, which are new discoveries for 2020, and I have fallen in love with these two blushes. I really love them. And one of them is a limited edition. This is from the summer collection. And it's the blush that I have been wearing the most this year. I think this is one that I have been wearing the most. And there was a little issue with the highlighter of this bronzer for some people, for me as well, but I put it back and you can see that it's now completely fine. But the color of this blush here, I rarely use the highlighter, but the color of the blush is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And this is my most used blush of 2020. This is gel to powder formula, so it doesn't look like powder. It is so beautiful. And I know, guys, from you that actually this blush works for all skin types. Even if you have more deep, rich skin tone, it still works beautifully. And the next blush that I have been using a lot is again by Chantecaille, and this is the Butterfly Bliss. And the butterfly is gone, so you can see that how much I love. Like you can barely see the butterfly now because I have been using this blush a lot, and it's one of my favorite blushes. It looks very elegant, very beautiful. Now, when I swatch it with my finger, you will not see anything. Like it's on the middle, it's on my middle finger, and you are barely going to see anything, but on my face it looks absolutely beautiful. Next come my favorite highlighters, and I have been mentioning this highlighter a lot. It's been in my monthly favorites videos, I think, a few times, and this is the Guerlain Meteorites highlighter. And I think this highlighter is still available. I think you can still get this one. It has 3 colors, and I love using it on my face and on my eyes. I really love this highlighter. And the other favorite that I have, of course, is by Chanel, and this is the Camellia highlighter. This is the platinum and the golden highlighter from Chanel, which was released, I think, in December 2019, but I have been using it so much, and you can see that it's well loved, and I mainly use the platinum shade, so you can see that it's really not looking very good, but it's well loved. Next, we're moving on to eyeshadows, and the two absolutely like favorite eyeshadow palettes for 2020 is one is from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize, and I didn't expect that I was going to like such a big palette, but I love it. And since I got this palette, I'm using it so often. It's one of my most used palettes for 2020. And the other one is by Tom Ford Mercurial eyeshadow palette. So I have been showing these, and I have a full review of Mercurial. I created a look using Mercurial, and I also have a full review of this palette. So I'm not going to be swatching them now. I'm going to have links to the videos in case you want to check that out. But I have been mentioning these two palettes a lot of times, and I think that these two are my absolute favorites for 2020 because I love the formulation, I love the performance of the eyeshadows, and I love the colors. Both of these palettes are my absolute favorites for 2020. And I'm also going to mention one other eyeshadow palette, eyeshadow quad from Chanel, and this is not a new release. This was not released in 2020. It's old, but it's new to me, and I didn't expect that I was going to like it as much as I like it. And this is Quiet Revolution. This is from Chanel, and this is the very first eyeshadow palette with blue colors that I actually like, because I really don't like blue eyeshadows. Like, blue eyeshadows is almost like I really hate blue eyeshadows, and this is the only one, that the first palette with blue colors that I actually liked. Next, moving on to lipsticks, and here I feel very challenged to pick my absolute favorite and the best lipsticks of 2020, because if I have to be honest, I think that I can do a separate video only on best lipsticks of 2020, because I have a lot of favorites and I have a lot of new discoveries for 2020, but the one that really in this video, I'm going to pick only a few that really stand out to me the most. And the first one, if I had to choose one lipstick for 2020 that really stands out to me and is like my color, my signature color, this is definitely Duchess from House of Sillage. It is my absolute favorite. So check this out. I think it's suitable for all skin tones. It is the most beautiful, kind of a mauvey color. Check this out. Like, this is definitely, if I had to pick only one lip color to wear, this was definitely going to be it. It is beautiful and it works for all occasions. You can use it on special occasion, and you can use it as everyday lipstick. It is just stunning. And as I mentioned, House of Sillage, a lot of you have been asking me what is my favorite bow lipstick case from the House of Sillage. If I only had to pick one to keep in my collection, this was definitely going to be Whispers of Truth. This is my favorite bow lipstick case from the House of Sillage. So just mentioning that in case you're wondering, because I'm getting a lot of questions, like if I only had to pick one bow lipstick case from the House of Sillage, this was definitely going to be Whispers of Truth. It is just stunning, and the camera can't even show you how gorgeous this is. The next lipstick that I have is from Gucci, and this is a new discovery. I really like the packaging here, and I love this red color from Gucci. I have been wearing it a lot, and it's such a beautiful, well-balanced red color that I think is very easy to wear because it's not a super bright red color. So check this out, and this is Louisa Red, and it's beautiful. Next, I have another favorite color from the House of Sillage, and this is one of my most worn nude colors, and this is Baron from House of Sillage. I want to give you a close-up, and this is the most beautiful pinkish nude color. It is so pretty. I'm just going to... And this color always gets me so many compliments, and it's this one here. So this is Baron. I absolutely love it. And also from the House of Sillage, I have to mention the Whispers in the Garden collection bow lipstick cases, because I think that this was like one of the releases of 2020 that really wowed me. It was such a beautiful collection of bow lipstick cases, and I really, really love them. So each of the bow lipstick cases corresponds to the fragrance, so you can kind of match your favorite fragrance with the bow lipstick case, but these are absolutely stunning. They are so beautiful, so I couldn't help myself. I have to mention this release from the House of Sillage because I think it's one of the most impressive releases of 2020. And the last lip color that I want to show you is from Sisley, and this is lip color that I have been repurchasing. I think this is my third one, and I go through this quite quickly because I use it a lot. And this is in... I'm going to have this in the description box. I think it was number 1. Yes, it's number 1, Fit2 Lip Twist. And I'm going to show it to you right here. It is almost like a balm, so it feels like a balm. but it also has a bit of color and it looks so pretty on the lips. It's one of the most beautiful nude colors that I have. And last but not least, moving on to fragrances, and this is my favorite topic. I don't know if I'm going to have time, but I wish I could do like a whole 2020 best fragrances. I might do actually this kind of video. Let me know in the comments below if you would be interested to watch this kind of video. I have a lot of favorites, and they're mostly from the House of Sillage because, let's face it, their fragrances are just exceptional, and I do feel very honored and very grateful, guys, to all of you for all the support, because I have received these fragrances over the year as PR and over the past 2019 as PR from them, and a huge thank you for their generosity, because in Europe it's not easy, like we can't get these fragrances here. So those of you who are, I know that most of you are based in the US, definitely take advantage of and try House of Sillage fragrances because they are absolutely amazing. You're going to see that they are actually a different level of luxury. So I have to mention very quickly a few fragrances that really stand out to me and that really wowed me this year. And I'm going to start with House of Sillage because they are so near and dear to my heart. And I just love them so much. These are fragrances that really make me happy, that uplift my spirit, that make me feel special, that make me feel like a royalty. And that's why I feature them often in my videos. And that's why also I'm so grateful to you for watching my videos, for your support, because if I had to choose only one brand, like I don't receive PR from other brands, but if I only had to choose one brand to receive PR from, this was going to be House of Sillage. Thank you, House of Sillage, for being so generous to me in 2020. I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the fragrance that really stands out to me, and I discovered in 2020, is Whispers of Truth, and I'm going to insert footage here so that you can really enjoy the bottle of this fragrance. And I'm not going to be talking too much. So it has rose and jasmine, it has grapefruit, it has caramel. This is one of the most extraordinary fragrances that I have ever had in my collection. I love it to the point of I absolutely love this fragrance. I can't even explain how much I love this fragrance. When I first opened it, I was not able to spray this fragrance because I couldn't believe how beautiful the bottle is and how beautifully it matched my Whispers of Truth Bow Lipstick case. But then when I sprayed the fragrance, like, the more I use this fragrance, the more I'm falling in love with this fragrance. So this is one of the addictive fragrances. I don't know what it is about this fragrance, but there is something that makes me feel addicted to this scent. I have to mention also the Wonder Woman fragrance, which was like, this is my, if you ask my boyfriend, this is the best House of Sillage fragrance. Like, he doesn't have a hard time ranking fragrances like me. He loves this fragrance so much, and that's why it's very special to me. I keep it for really special occasions because it's his favorite fragrance and I don't want to run out of this fragrance. And then I have another fragrance that I have to mention, and this is probably like my fragrance, like it's my signature fragrance, and this is my favorite Tiara. And this is my favorite Tiara from the House of Sillage. I absolutely love this fragrance. It has cinnamon and mandarin, it has rose oil and peony, and then it has vanilla in the base and musk, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I have a few other favorites, but I'm not going to be mentioning them because I realize it's really, I'm having a hard time when I have to rank House of Sillage fragrances because I have like approximately 10 favorites that I really can't decide which one is my number one. And then I have a new discovery this year. I absolutely love this fragrance. It is a little bit delicious, a little bit tart. It has that beautiful cherry opening with the almond and with the jasmine and with the rose. It's beautiful fragrance. I absolutely love this scent. I think this is the best Tom Ford fragrance. And at the end of this video, I wanted to make a special mention for a collection that I was blown away when I first saw this collection, and I think that I could give this collection a number one for 2020. It was something really exceptional, and this is a collaboration between the House of Sillage and Disney, and this is the The one that you see right now is the Mickey Mouse fragrance, and then we have also the mini bow lipstick case. And I'm wearing the lipstick today in this video, so I think that this is the collection that attracted me the most in 2020, just because all of the details in this collection are so beautiful. When I have a full review of the collection, in case you're interested, I'm going to have a link to the video. The collection is still available. And this collection was like, this is the winner for me for 2020. This was the collection that really, I'm speechless. I'm blown away. So this is probably my number one. This is definitely my number one collection for 2020. And that was all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support in 2020. I really appreciate your time when you're watching my videos, and it means so much to me. Don't forget to let me know in the comments below what are your favorites of 2020. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.